But this next story, man, this next story is crazy. This next story is a crazy one. This guy is a Bronx guy, and he was a former Blood member that got arrested for some big crime, probably murder, of course. And now he's back out on the streets, and he became an activist. Even went on the Joe Rogan podcast and talked about what he does and how he helps the kids and all these things that he does, trying to bring his name back to a better light. But little did we all know that this man was still doing these wicked stuff behind the scenes. It's crazy what's happening in New York. This guy had somebody's body chopped up inside his refrigerator. And it was to the point to where neighbors heard a gunshot in their apartment. And this guy was walking in and out of the apartment with plastic bags and different uniforms, different outfits, trying to clean up whatever mess he caused. Let's tune into this video, y'all, and see what's going on in the Bronx.
Twisted tale of murder. An ex-con turned criminal justice reform activist caught, police say, with a head in his freezer. Police say Sheldon Johnson killed the victim at the victim's apartment in the Bronx, dismembered the body, and then carried some of the body parts back to his home in Harlem. Eyewitness News reporter Seth On Cam live outside that apartment in Harlem.
The Black Jeffrey Dahmer. The Black Jeffrey Dahmer. This is crazy, people. I mean, we can't make this stuff up. And this is New York City.
Well, Sandra, Tuesday, cops found a torso and arms inside a Bronx apartment. Yesterday, they found the victim's head and legs inside a 9th floor apartment here in Harlem. The suspect is an ex-con who today works as a criminal justice reform advocate. 48-year-old Sheldon Johnson walking out of the 44th precinct in handcuffs in a Tyvek suit. Cops say he's the man behind a gory homicide, charged with murder, manslaughter, and criminal possession of a weapon. But Johnson says they have the wrong man.
Innocent.
He's accused of dismembering a body. The victim, 44-year-old Colin Small. Tuesday night, police found his torso and arms inside his apartment in the High Bridge section of the Bronx as they were responding to a wellness check, sending shivers through the building.
It feels like the devil just crawled through here.
Last night, investigators say they found the victim's head and legs in Johnson's.
Did y'all hear that? It feels like the devil just ran through here. These people was sleeping with a demon, didn't even know it. Sleeping with Satan, Lucifer himself. Didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. Man, pray for your peoples. I'm praying for New York. Absolutely. It's been a tough week for them. It's been a really tough week for New York, and it's sad to see what's going on in the streets because there's too much people and there's too much rats for all this stuff to be happening. But that's just me.
Freezer at his Harlem apartment on 5th Avenue. The medical examiner says the victim was shot once in the head, leading to the murder charge. Detectives also found a Tyvek suit in Johnson's car. He served about 25 years behind bars for attempted murder and has a long rap sheet filled with other violent crimes. He appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast last month, where he talked about how he turned his life around.
I had a wife. I had family still. My son was growing up. He was hearing stories about my so-called notoriety, and I just didn't want to be that dad.
Johnson went on to talk about being a former gang member, and when he was released from prison, he says he chose to walk away from that life.
Got my GED. I left the gangs alone, which was a benefit for them because, you know, I was what you call an authoritarian. I was a rule guy. I'm still a rule guy. I like rules, you know.
Listen, man, what's the point of getting yourself out of this situation? Just put yourself back into it. I know he's innocent until proven guilty, but I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. What is the point? What's the point, y'all? This is a sad situation, and it keeps seeming to be a cycle, and it keeps seeming to be black people. But let's continue.
I like rules. I like structure.
Johnson is expected to be arraigned tonight in Bronx criminal court. Reporting live in Harlem, Safa and Kim, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
It's sad. It's sad, honestly. We keep seeing this stuff happening over and over again, and we're wondering why. How does this keep happening? Who keeps doing this? And the more we look into it, we start to see that it is a certain demographic almost every single time when we look at this. It is almost every single time black on black violence or just black people in general. It's the worst. It's the worst of us, honestly. And I hate to say it, but man, my people got to do better. My people got to do better. We shouldn't have this constant repeat of black on black violence that we keep seeing over and over again, that it makes us look so bad. It makes us look bad to each other, and it makes us look bad to the other communities that are just trying to be good communities. We don't have this issue going on with our Asian brothers and sisters. We don't have this issue going on with our white brothers and sisters. Don't get me wrong, they do crime too. But I mean, it's a weekly, almost daily thing that we can really just, if you type in New York crime on YouTube and you just scroll down the headlines on every video, I promise you, 8 out of 10 videos, blackface, multiple black faces. Every time. I can't make it up.